My beloved child. Before this moment slips away, you need to hear something that almost nobody knows. Your soulmate quietly met someone who is much closer to you than you could ever imagine. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't a random conversation. It was a meeting that carried your name from the very first second. The room grew strangely silent as your soulmate finally asked the question they had been carrying inside for far too long: tell me the truth. What kind of person are they when nobody is watching? Don't skip, because what happened after that question changed the entire direction of their heart. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The answer they received wasn't what they expected. Instead of hearing stories about your mistakes, they heard quiet moments of kindness, moments you probably never thought anyone noticed. Every sentence painted a picture that made your soulmate realize they had misunderstood something important about you. That realization didn't happen slowly. It happened all at once, and the expression on their face said everything before they spoke another word. Then the conversation became even more surprising. The person sitting across from your soulmate leaned in and shared something they had never told anyone else. They described the sacrifices you've made without asking for recognition. The times you stayed strong while everyone assumed you were fine, the dreams you've kept hidden because you were afraid nobody would understand them. Your soulmate listened without interrupting. Their eyes never left the speaker because every new detail answered questions they had secretly been asking themselves for months. Don't look away now. Every second of this story matters. Stay with this moment because the next revelation connected every unanswered feeling they had been carrying. Suddenly they whispered, "I never knew. I wish I had seen this sooner." That sentence wasn't planned. It escaped from the deepest place inside them. Something huge is waiting for you because this meeting wasn't creating distance, it was removing it. But just when it seemed the conversation was ending, one final truth completely changed everything. The person close to you smiled gently and handed your soulmate one last piece of advice. If you truly care about them, don't wait until life forces you to speak. Some opportunities only knock once. Those words echoed in your soulmate's mind long after the meeting ended. They walked away carrying more than information, they carried a decision that could reshape the future between you. Yet there is one detail they haven't revealed to anyone, a promise they silently made before leaving that place. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because in the next chapter, you'll discover the exact promise your soulmate made, and why it has everything to do with what happens next. A quiet decision was made before your soulmate even reached the door. They paused for a brief moment, looked back, and said something so unexpected that the person close to you stood completely still. "I'm done pretending these feelings aren't real anymore." The room fell silent. No dramatic scene. No loud emotions. Just one honest sentence that carried the weight of everything they had hidden for so long. Don't skip, because what happened next explains why this meeting was never meant to stay a secret. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The person smiled gently and replied, "Then don't let fear write the ending of a story that still has beautiful pages left." Those words stayed with your soulmate every step of the way. As they walked away, memories began returning one after another. Every smile you shared. Every unfinished conversation. Every moment they almost reached out but stopped themselves at the last second. Suddenly those memories no longer felt confusing, they felt like clear signs pointing in one direction. For the first time, they stopped asking whether you were important and started asking how they could make things right. The person close to you had unknowingly unlocked something that had been trapped inside your soulmate's heart. Don't leave now. The biggest part of this journey is still ahead. Something huge is waiting for you. Even more surprising, your soulmate quietly admitted that they had been afraid of hearing the truth because they believed it might push you further away. Instead, the truth gave them hope they never expected to find. Before the meeting officially ended, one final message was passed to your soulmate. It wasn't a warning. It wasn't advice. It was a simple sentence that completely changed their expression. If you really believe they're special, stop waiting for the perfect moment, because sometimes the perfect moment is simply the next one. Those words echoed through their mind long after they left. From that second on, they started thinking about a conversation they never imagined they would have with you. But there is still one incredible detail missing, a detail your soulmate hasn't shared with anyone yet. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next part reveals the private plan they began creating immediately after this unforgettable meeting. The moment your soulmate stepped outside, everything around them felt different. The same streets, the same sky, the same familiar sounds, but inside, something had completely changed. They reached for their phone more than once, only to stop before pressing your name. Not because they didn't want to talk to you, but because they wanted their first words to truly matter. Don't skip, because the next few moments reveal what was happening inside their heart. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As they continued walking, one sentence from that secret meeting refused to leave their mind: the person you're thinking about has waited longer than you realize. Those words echoed again and again until they could no longer ignore them. Later that day, your soulmate found a quiet place to sit alone. For the first time in a long while, they stopped running from their emotions. Instead, they imagined what would happen if they finally told you everything they had been hiding. They pictured your reaction, your silence, your smile, even the questions you might ask. Every possibility felt uncertain, yet one feeling became stronger than all the fear they had carried before. They realized that losing another chance would hurt far more than risking an honest conversation. Don't look away now. Every new detail brings you closer to the truth. Something huge is waiting for you. Then, almost without thinking, they opened a notes app and began writing words they hoped you would one day hear. But just as they were about to finish, another unexpected message arrived from the same person they had secretly met. It was short, yet impossible to ignore. There's still one important truth you don't know about them, and once you hear it, you'll understand why this connection has never faded. Your soulmate stared at those words in complete silence. Their heartbeat quickened, and a new question filled their mind. What could possibly be so important that it had been saved until now? Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next chapter uncovers the final secret that transformed uncertainty into absolute determination. A single message changed everything. Your soulmate read it once, then again. and then sat in complete silence, unable to believe what they had just discovered. The hidden truth wasn't about a mistake. It wasn't about a misunderstanding. It was about the way you had quietly protected the people around you, even when nobody noticed. The person close to you revealed moments that had never been shared before, moments that proved your strength was hidden behind your silence. Your soulmate lowered their head and whispered, "I judged them before I truly knew them." Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. In that instant, every doubt they had been carrying began to disappear, replaced by a feeling they could no longer ignore. Then something even more unexpected happened. Your soulmate made a private promise that nobody else heard. They decided they would stop letting fear control their future. They would no longer wait for perfect timing or perfect words. Instead, they wanted honesty to speak louder than hesitation. Every step they took after that secret meeting carried a new purpose. They even started imagining the exact moment they would finally open their heart to you. If this story has kept you wondering what happens next, make sure you're following this journey so you don't miss what's coming, because every chapter reveals another hidden piece of the truth. Don't look away now. Something huge is waiting for you, and the biggest revelation hasn't arrived yet. Just when your soulmate believed they finally understood everything, the person who had shared all these secrets smiled and said one final sentence before leaving, "There's one thing I didn't tell you today, because that truth belongs to them alone." Those words stopped your soulmate in their tracks. What could possibly be more important than everything they had already learned? Why was that final truth being saved? They walked away with hope in their heart, but also with one mystery they couldn't solve on their own. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because in the next chapter, the final hidden truth begins to reveal itself, and it will change the way your soulmate sees your future forever. If you'd like, I can continue with part 5 in the same high-retention style. A restless night followed that unforgettable meeting. Your soulmate tried to distract themselves, but every thought led back to you. They replayed every word they had heard, searching for one missing piece that would explain why this connection refused to fade. Then, just before sunrise, they remembered something small that suddenly became impossible to ignore, a smile you once gave, a quiet gesture everyone else overlooked, and a sentence you spoke that only now revealed its true meaning. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. In that moment, your soulmate realized the signs had been there all along, but they had been looking in the wrong direction. As the day unfolded, they returned to the place where that secret conversation had begun, hoping to find one more answer. Instead, they found a handwritten note waiting for them. It contained only a few words: "The next step is yours. They have already shown you more than you realize." Your soulmate held the note tightly, reading it again and again. There was no longer any room for excuses. The fear that had once stopped them was slowly being replaced by quiet confidence. Every heartbeat reminded them that waiting any longer could mean missing the opportunity they had been hoping for. Don't look away now. The story is reaching a turning point. Something huge is waiting for you, and every second brings that moment closer. Before leaving, your soulmate made one final choice. They looked toward the horizon and silently promised that the next time your paths crossed, they would no longer hide behind uncertainty. They would let actions speak where silence had lasted too long. But as they took their first step forward, an unexpected voice called their name from behind. The same person who knew all the secrets had returned with one last revelation, one truth so unexpected that it made your soulmate freeze where they stood. They slowly turned around, knowing whatever came next would change everything forever. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next chapter reveals the final message that was meant to reach your soulmate before anyone else. Your soulmate turned around with a racing heart, expecting another simple conversation. Instead, the person standing behind them smiled and quietly said, "There is one reason I asked to meet you in secret. Because I wanted you to hear this before the world changes your mind." Time seemed to stop. Every sound around them faded into the background. They listened more carefully than ever before because they knew these next few words could shape everything that happened from this point forward. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Then came the sentence they never expected to hear. They never stopped believing that one day the truth would find its way to you. Those words settled deep inside your soulmate's heart, leaving them completely speechless. For several long moments, they couldn't respond. Instead, they closed their eyes and remembered every missed opportunity, every conversation left unfinished, and every chance they had allowed to slip away. Suddenly, those memories no longer felt like regrets, they felt like lessons preparing them for what was coming next. The fear that had once kept them silent was finally losing its power. A quiet determination began replacing every doubt. Don't look away now. Every moment is leading toward something unforgettable. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate finally understood that this connection wasn't built on perfect timing. It was built on honesty, patience, and the courage to stop hiding what had always been true inside their heart. As they prepared to leave for the final time, the person who had shared every hidden detail offered one last smile and said, "The next move belongs to both of you." The story is no longer about secrets. It's about what happens when two hearts finally choose honesty over silence. Your soulmate walked away carrying those words like a promise they intended to keep. Yet, just as they reached the end of the road, something unexpected caught their attention. A familiar sign that instantly reminded them of you. They stopped, smiled without even realizing it, and whispered, "Maybe this is the moment I've been waiting for." Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next chapter reveals the unexpected event that finally brings your paths closer than either of you ever imagined. A few hours later, something happened that your soulmate could never have planned. As they continued their day, little reminders of you began appearing everywhere. A familiar song played unexpectedly. A place connected to an old memory came into view. Even a simple conversation between strangers echoed words you had once spoken. None of these moments seemed ordinary anymore. They felt like gentle reminders pushing your soulmate toward a decision they could no longer postpone. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Instead of walking away from those signs, they finally accepted what their heart had been trying to say all along: this connection deserves a real chance. That realization brought an incredible sense of peace. The uncertainty that had followed them for so long slowly disappeared. They stopped wondering whether reaching out was the right choice and started thinking about how they could make that moment meaningful. Every detail of that secret meeting now made perfect sense. The person close to you hadn't arranged it to create confusion, they arranged it so the truth could finally be heard without fear or misunderstanding. Stay with this story because the next revelation changes everything once again. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate even smiled to themselves, knowing that the next conversation between you would come from honesty rather than hesitation, and that alone made them feel lighter than they had in a very long time. But just when everything seemed clear, one final surprise appeared. Before sunset, your soulmate received a short message from the same person who had met them in secret. It read, "Tomorrow, you'll discover something that neither of you has ever realized before. When that moment arrives, don't let silence steal it." Your soulmate stared at those words with a mixture of excitement and anticipation. They knew another turning point was approaching, but they had no idea how extraordinary it would be. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next chapter reveals the unexpected discovery that brings both of your stories closer together than ever before. A new day arrived with an unusual sense of anticipation. Your soulmate woke up before the alarm, unable to explain why their heart felt so certain that something meaningful was about to happen. The message from the night before kept replaying in their mind, "Don't let silence steal the moment." Those words had become more than advice, they had become a promise. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As they stepped outside, they realized they were no longer searching for signs. They were searching for courage, because deep inside they knew the next chapter of this story could only begin with one honest decision. As the hours passed, another conversation unfolded with the same person who had secretly met them. This time, there were no hidden clues and no unanswered questions. Instead, they heard something that brought a quiet smile to their face. The person you're thinking about has never needed perfection. They've only ever wanted honesty. Your soulmate froze for a moment. Every fear that had once convinced them to stay silent suddenly felt small. They understood that waiting for the perfect opportunity had only delayed the happiness they had been hoping for. Don't look away now. The final pieces are falling into place. Something huge is waiting for you. For the first time, they believed that the future wasn't something to fear, it was something they could finally help create. Before walking away, your soulmate took one long breath, looked toward the horizon, and made a choice they knew they would never take back. They would no longer hide behind unanswered feelings or unfinished conversations. Whatever happened next would come from sincerity, respect, and the truth they had carried for so long. Yet, just as they prepared to move forward, their phone lit up one final time with a message that simply read, "Everything you've learned has led to this moment. The next step will reveal what both hearts have been waiting to hear." Your soulmate smiled, knowing the journey of secrets was finally becoming a journey of truth. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next chapter reveals the message that changes both of your futures forever. A calm silence surrounded your soulmate as they looked at that final message one more time. There were no more hidden meetings, no more unanswered whispers, and no more uncertainty clouding their heart. Everything that had been revealed pointed toward one simple truth: they could no longer let distance speak louder than their feelings. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. For the first time in a very long while, they weren't wondering if they should take the next step. They were only deciding when. The secret conversation with someone close to you had completely transformed the way they saw your connection. As evening arrived, your soulmate quietly sat down and began writing the words they had wished they had spoken long ago. Every sentence came straight from the heart. There were no perfect speeches, only honest emotions. They wrote about the respect they had discovered, the admiration they had never admitted, and the hope that had grown stronger after hearing the truth about you. Then they paused and smiled, remembering the advice they had received: the greatest conversations begin